Hello everybody and welcome back to part whatever it is of the Japanese inspired picnic bench series. In today's video we're going to start cutting out that centre joinery that I ended the last episode marking out and hopefully get some gluing done today as well. Let's get going. So we've got quite a lot to get through today and I think it's going to be a pretty intense day, but do you know what else is pretty intense? This. Go to mattesley.com/shop to get yourself the latest Bertha limited edition merchandise, which has only just been released and is only available for a limited time. Or alternatively, join the OSB army and grab yourself some OSB merchandise, or go smooth and refined and simply get yourself that lovely signature printed onto a t-shirt, sweatshirt, long sleeve t-shirt, hoodie, beanie, trucker cap, or just a sticker if you want to keep it simple. I don't know, it's up to you. And we're also doing half price on plans of Bertha for the duration of July. So if you want to build a big old beautiful workbench like this, make sure to get them quick. Simply use the code 3rd birthday in checkout to get yourself that 50% discount, or alternatively, browse our other plans that we have available. Where's my saw? Let's get cutting some joinery. Look at that, rock solid. Come on, so close. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've just had a right old result with this. Because I spaced the bridle thing in the middle section exactly the same as I did the tenon on the end, when these pinch together around that bridle joint, it is the perfect size to sit either side of this tenon. It's funny because this pretty much mimics the exact way I constructed this leg on the workbench as well. It's a series of laminated components cut in different angles and directions in order to construct this joint without any mortising by hand or machine. It's just cut it up from the saw, sorted. Now the question is, will I fill in this gap after it's all assembled? And I think I will, purely from a strength standpoint. If I've got these two thin components, I mean, they're only 20 mil thick, it's not going to be quite as strong as if that was one solid component that's glued back together, pinching around this center section. So I think we'll get it glued up and then fill in the sections afterwards, maybe flush trim it all to size with a router. I could literally just thickness some timber, slot it in there, glue it, flush it off afterwards. This is brilliant. The only thing is now I obviously can't get this in because these middle components won't bow in and then spring back out again. So I'll have to remember to assemble that first before doing anything, spread them out and then lock everything in underneath it. I'm gonna have to write this down. So this thing is almost ready to glue together by this point, to be honest. We've just got a few small details to sort out beforehand. Obviously we've got this little point here, which is slightly off center. Actually, after assembly, it's not too bad, but we're going to sort that out. And I saw there was a comment in the last video saying that I should have sorted out that curve before scribing around it and nesting it into that leg, because by changing that curve, I may end up opening a gap there. You're absolutely right. If I was to carry that curve all the way through, then I would obviously end up getting a gap there, but I think I could just literally change the curve ever so slightly from this internal point of the leg and just bring it out. It's only got to go about 5 millimeters across in order to get central. So we're just going to adjust the curve there slightly, but leave all this as is. And then secondly, we've got these bits to sort out as well. You can see that this shoulder line isn't fully bottomed out. That's because if I do bottom that out, then it ends up hitting the tenon here and the thing doesn't really go together. So for these bridle tenons, I don't know what they're called, for these, I considered making them flush to start with, but seeing as they're poking out like that already, I quite like the idea of making a little feature of that. So I'm gonna either round it or chamfer it or something like that and just have this little bit peeking through here, just as a nice little detail at the bottom of the table. And so once I've adjusted that curve and the through tenons at the bottom, we'll get sanding the entire thing, remark out which joints go together, and then get it glued. Right, it is quite frankly unbelievable how nice this cedar has cleaned up. I thought it looked pretty minging throughout that whole process of cutting the joins and all the dents and the minor tear out all over it, but upon removing that with the sander and the 180 grit, oh my lord, this looks spectacular. So we are going to end this episode there today, and then the next one we're going to get it glued together after a few dry fits and all that. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to press the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.